Good morning. So this morning, as I'm headed to work, I got a little inspiration to talk to you guys about laser safety and laser fires, and just kind of a few things that you want to always be aware of when you're operating a laser. So this morning I saw a post on a forum where some poor soul, and I do feel bad for them, had their Glowforge laser catch on fire. And they had put a post up. I'm not gonna read it word for word, but it was basically like, hey, does anybody know of a good lawyer that I can hire to go after this company? My laser caught on fire and filled my house with smoke, and luckily, everybody was okay, but company's been unresponsive. They offered to send me a new unit, but this laser malfunctioned. I was cutting approved material from the company, and when I saw the pictures, I knew immediately what happened. You can tell by these pictures what we're looking at, and I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. I've been doing this for many years. Is that she started cutting some acrylic, whether that was approved material or not, and probably left the room. And she probably walked upstairs, maybe to go do some other stuff, went outside, talked to the neighbor, whatever. And why that was happening, because acrylic vapors and acrylic fumes are highly flammable when not exhausted correctly. And we'll talk about fume extraction in a second. There was probably a fire that started in her machine and she wasn't there. And you can see from these pictures that it got wildly out of control and burnt her. Luckily, only burnt her laser machine down. And it sucks. I've almost had this happen to me many years ago. I think I told a story, but this almost happened to me in my shop. And luckily, there was an employee nearby the machine. We weren't right at it, which we should have been. And I heard him yelling, fire, fire, fire. And I came out of my office, and sure enough, the same thing, it starts with maybe a piece of paper that catches on fire in there from the masking from acrylic. But then there's so much acrylic vapors in there, it can be really flammable. There was a fire started, and luckily we were able to extinguish the fire quickly because we had someone nearby, and we only melted a couple of belts and a couple of wires, so it was repairable. But this person right here is obviously a catastrophic loss. And you can tell, if a fire like this happened and you were standing next to it, there's no way that it could get this out of control to do the level of damage or the total destruction that you see here in this picture. Unless you saw the fire starting and you just ran out of the house and started screaming and never came back, which most people wouldn't do. A couple other things we can learn from this is that if you notice the fume extractor that she has underneath the machine, we don't know if that fume extractor is it's probably a very basic fume extractor. It could have been clogged, could have not been venting or extracting the way it's supposed to, meaning even more acrylic vapors could have been building up in there, which could cause a fire. Or it could have not even been on, but it doesn't look like an ultra high quality fume extractor. So there's also a possibility that thing could have been clogged, which could have caused it. But in any case, what I wanted to talk about really with you is the dangers if you're not following the proper protocols of doing a YouTube video and driving at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're here to talk about laser safety. So listen, whenever your laser is cutting or engraving, but mostly cutting for that matter, any kind of material, whether it's wood, leather, acrylic, some kind of other plastic that's laser safe, fabric, paper, you never, ever walk away from that machine. And I'm not gonna say that I haven't walked 10 feet away to go do something. You need to stay within 5 to 10 feet of that machine and be monitoring it. I don't even like the idea of using remote cameras to monitor your machine so you can go on the other side of the shop, because your mind can drift away from that remote screen if you're watching it remotely. Like, it's just part of laser cutting. You have to be near the machine when it's cutting any kind of material. Doesn't matter what it is, because of this exact reason. Now, this person was lucky it didn't burn down her whole house. Probably caused some smoke damage. It's probably a mess. I feel bad, but it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. But listen, there's a few things that you need to have in place if you're gonna get into laser cutting material. First of all, we already talked about don't leave your laser when it's cutting. You need to have a fire extinguisher. I'm gonna leave some links in the description below of some fire extinguishers that I recommend, ranging from extremely expensive and top level industry standard to, you know, Amazon ones that I keep in my shop that will put out all these kinds of fires, whether it's a plastic fire, wood fire, paper fire, it will extinguish it. Will it get stuff all over your laser? Yes, but it won't destroy your laser. I don't like keeping powder-based fire extinguishers near that because that powder gets all up in the machine. It can ruin everything, so you want to use the liquid style. The other thing is we need to talk about fume extraction. Look, if that fume extractor was choked up, the filters were clogged, and it was barely doing anything, you need to have a good quality fume extractor hooked up to your CO2 laser, or any kind of laser for that matter. So I'm gonna list my favorite fume extractors, and I'm also gonna list a series of parts that you can use, buy on Amazon if you just wanna do direct venting outside, but you need to have great extraction, whether that's through filters or just venting outside. So I'll list a full part list of some equipment you can get to vent right outside, and then my favorite fume extractors. I'm really a big fan of Filtrabox right now. I've also got some industrial ones that I'm gonna list from Pure Air Tech. So they have a new one that just came out, which I'm about to do a review on here in a little bit. That is pretty awesome as well. But listen, I don't want this video to go on and on and on. Just know that if you're gonna be cutting material or engraving material with your CO2 laser, do not walk away from your laser when it's cutting, ever. Because you don't want to have this type of situation, and you want to keep everybody in your home, your shop, wherever it is, safe. It's not a joke. It does happen, and it usually happens when that one time that you decided to be careless or got distracted or whatever. So take it from me, take it from this person that just posted this. You know, you're not going to have much recourse with a company if your laser catches on fire while it was cutting and you show them a picture like this, because they're going to know right away that you weren't standing next to your laser when it was cutting clearly, or would these fires never get this bad if you're standing right there, right? Because you're there with your proper safety equipment, your fire extinguisher, and you can put it out immediately, shut down the laser. If you're there, you can do all those things. If you're not, then you end up with a situation like this. So I hope that helps, and I hope you take some of this to heart, and we'll see you next time on Laser Engraving 911.